Hey guys, thanks for checking out the Bucked Up Podcast. If you wouldn't mind just hitting the subscribe button, like, sharing the video, we have new episodes coming out every Monday and Thursday. Enjoy. This episode is sponsored by Exotic Roots Hydro, which I have to give a huge shout out to. They are a huge supporter of the podcast, and I'm really happy to be working with them. If you're ever in Rochester, New York, and you need to learn about any of your hydroponic needs, go to their shop. You can follow them at Exotic Roots Hydro on Instagram. Shout out their whole team. They have an amazing venue space. They're going to be putting on tons of events. Just make sure to follow Exotic Roots Hydro on Instagram. And if you're ever in Rochester, definitely stop by. Let's get back into it.
It was at this moment that he knew.
He bucked up.
Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now you have fucked up.
You said you've been here for 3 weeks, and you said it was just the energy of this place. We're in Rochester.
Yeah, in Rochester, man. The energy is like none other. You know what I'm saying? It remind me of New York City in like the 90s. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's that kind of feel. And that's, the era I came from. You know what I mean? Born in 82. So, you know what I'm saying? It was like the 90s was really dope, like in New York. Like that was the real times right there. You know what I mean?
Had you ever been out here before?
Yeah, I came once before. We didn't stay though. I came with Mobb Deep before. So we having P, me, have P, couple other of the team. We came out here, did a show real quick, and then we was out because we had to go to Buffalo actually.
Oh yeah.
The next day, yeah.
Did you feel anything when you came that time?
Nah, because it was more like we just came in. First of all, we were late because we didn't know it was this far. So, we was spinning around. We was chilling. We was at the office, hanging out, smoking, doing whatever we do.
You have to get 7 hours.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Storm. He was like, yo, what y'all doing? And he's like, we chilling. Like, we'll get there. It's like 3 hours. He like, no, it ain't. So as soon as we got there, thank God we made it on time, and we just rushed in and rushed out. You know what I mean? So I didn't get to really see the city, feel it, nothing like that.
Then what made you come this time? You just released an album fully produced by last guest Ito.
Yeah, my guy. That's my brother right there. We connect at the head. You heard? Pause. But
did you come out here to make that project? What was it called?
That sounded crazy just now. But
Ito's like, delete my episode. I don't even want
the perfect storm, man.
Perfect storm,
man.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much like I said, man, shout out to Paper Chaser. Me and Paper Chaser was always close, so we talk every single day, about strategizing on things and stuff like that. So he kept always telling me about Ito, like, yo, you should do a song with Ito. And I'm like, who is this kid you keep telling me about? Like, Ito? I'm like, man, wait, I don't even know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, yeah. But then after a while, he keeps on saying it, so I trust his judgment. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, tell him send me some beats and shit. So he sent me a joint, and I was like, yo, this shit is fire. Like, where is this nigga from? You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, somewhere upstate, man. I think Rochester or something. I'm like, oh, all right, okay. So I did the song, and we kept in touch. We was a little on and off. And then finally, when I started back I was doing this this EP I did with Havoc, from Mobb Deep. We got the joint Future the Streets out now, fire. And
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, and he's like, after I did it, he was like, yo, man, I keep telling you, man, you need to do songs with Ito, man. And he brung it up again, and I'm like, man,
Havoc said that.
Nah, Paper Chaser said it again. So I'm like, yo, you know what, matter of fact, yeah, you're right. Where is he? Call him. You know what I'm saying? And he called them, and he sent me beats. We chopped it up, and that was it. I was like, nah, I gotta come see where he's where he's at. Like, what is he doing? Like, how he creating this type of shit he's making? Because it's crazy.
And you
know
came
what I'm
out
saying?
3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna come for like 2 days, 3 days. Let me see. Like, I just want to see how he makes what he makes, because these beats are like insane to me. So I'm like, I gotta come and see how this nigga do it. Like, this shit don't even seem real. So I came out and man, by the second day, we was like, what, 15 songs in?
God
I said,
damn.
oh shit, you know what? I call wifey like, listen, baby, I ain't coming home. You know what I mean? So
She's like, who's this Ito bitch? Spending all your time with her.
Yeah, man. So I just yeah, I've been here ever since, man.
Making music.
Yeah. That's my thing.
That's your thing.
Yeah, that's what I
Damn.
do.
15 songs in 2 days.
Oh yeah, that's light though. That's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I do, baby.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. So you're one of those hard ass workers too. We were talking about that before.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, when you come up under the umbrella of Mobb Deep, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, P was the one who actually gave me the name The Future. I was just Nyce. And P was like, yo, you gonna be the future of Mobb Deep. And I was like, oh, word, that sounds cool. So we just put it together. So
Nice, The Future.
yeah, so we put the name together and all that. And
when was that?
that was actually in 2005, six.
Wow.
When we actually got assigned to G Unit. You know what I'm saying? So
When did you link up with Mob?
Around 2002. You know what I'm saying? See, I grew up in the hood of 50 Cent, Banks. Yeah, yo, those my people. Shout out to my bros. That's for like family stuff. You know what I mean? And we all had a plan, was for all four of us to be the next Cash Money. It was supposed to be myself, Banks, Yayo, and 50. That was supposed to be the next Cash Money. That's how we had it, you know. And certain little stipulations and things that happened, I kind of like drift away, and I wound up getting locked up and all kind of stupid, doing dumb street shit. And you know, they went ahead and did what they was doing their thing. And when I came home, I was watching. I came to the block and nobody from the block was there. You know, Fifth was gone. He was big. He had in the club and all this shit going on. And I'm like, wow, damn. Like, this is dope. This could really happen. Like, we used to say it, but it was more like, you know, kind of like a dream, because we from the hood. We selling drugs. We ain't doing, you know what I mean?
Did you realize what was happening while you were locked up?
Yeah, because everybody was talking about them. And I'm like, damn, fuck, what am I doing in here? Shit, I got to get out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I got out, they were gone. And then I'm like, man, I got to do this. You know what I mean? If they can do it, I can do it too. And I started recording a lot of songs. And my cousin, actually, he was a barber. And in his barbershop, he used to play my records. So, you know, a lot of dudes came in there, like Mayhem. Shout out to Mayhem. That was my broski right there. You know, I grew up with Mayhem and Hologram and them. They my bros. Yeah,
Hologram was the second rapper to ever be on my podcast.
Yeah. That's my guy. Shout out to Hologram. They my brothers. So, you know, they all used to be like, damn, this kid is nice. Like, your cousin is really dope. And Havoc's best friend, shout out to Fly, he came in the barbershop to get a cut one day, and my cousin was cutting him, and he was like, yo, who is this? Who you playing? And he was like, that's my cousin. He was like, oh, bring him to the Mobb Deep studio. And he called me. I came over there. We was playing one record. We only played one record, and Havoc walked in. And he never left. He just was like, I was mad shocked. I was like, oh, shit, that's Havoc. I was just stiff. Like, he was like, yo, what up? I'm like, all right. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those, like, I don't even know what to tell this nigga. Like, this is Havoc. You know what I mean? This is some legendary shit. So I'm like, fuck, what am I going to tell this guy? And then he brung the record back himself like 3 times. And I'm like, what is he doing? And then he was just like, yo, you did that? And I was like, yeah. He was like, that shit fire. And he just walked out the door. So I was like, that's weird. You know what I'm saying? He just set his fire and he disappeared on me. So I'm like, damn. All right, fuck it. You know what I mean? So while I was going home, I got the call and he was like, yo, Havoc want to sign you. And I was like, oh,
That day?
bust the U. Yeah, that night. I busted the U-turn and signed the paperwork that night.
Damn. How long after you getting out and that's that day in the studio?
You say that again?
How long between you getting out and that day in the studio?
Shit, that took like about probably like a month.
Only a month? I thought you were, I don't know anyone else, but I thought he was going to be like 6 years.
No, it's not.
Only a
When
month.
I got out, you know, like I said, you know,
If you don't mind me asking, how long were you in for?
Oh, I was in for a couple years, you know, couple of years.
Were you writing it all? Were you like?
I mean, I was dibbling, dabbling. I was more trying to just get out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty much.
But
it.
I mean, like, okay, the reason I ask is because a month out after a couple of years, like, you know, like you had like there was something like a month. Like I didn't know.
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, everybody in my neighborhood knew, like, you know, Southside Jamaica, Queens, you know, they know, you know, that Nyce, that name is always there. Like, oh yeah, he's dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was always like that. Like, it was never, you know, because I made a lot of records. It was just something that, you know, the beat just talks to me and I just keep going and keep going. And then it's more and it's more. And it just happens so fast, you know?
Yeah.
So I make a lot of records in my lifetime. So, you know.
Is that just how your mind works? Just fast?
Yeah, the beat actually is what gotta really, you know, draw me to actually write. It's like painting and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how some people got throw on the headphones, hear some beat, and then they'll paint some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. Like, if the beat don't reach me, it'll take me like a little bit longer, probably like about maybe 48 minutes if
that was
if
so
I'm not really feeling the beat, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, if I'm not
48.
really feeling it, 48 to like probably an hour, probably if I'm not feeling
hour
the beat.
7, 33 seconds.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
Damn. So have you always been that way? Just quick?
Like I said, I was quick because I really started off not writing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know how to write. Like, I just used to buy a lot of albums and listen to them like all day, every day. And I'll just be walking around selling drugs, listening to music all day. And I'll just be like saying shit like while the music is playing. So then it became like a kind of like a hobby, like, oh shit, every day. So everybody was like, yo, spit something. Like, that shit sound crazy. And I just keep going. And I never really wrote nothing. You know what I'm saying?
So you weren't like trying to be a rapper when you were younger?
Nah, I wasn't really. I was just doing it for fun. I really just liked it so much. Like, I loved it. Like, it was so cool to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially when Illmatic came out and Wu-Tang and Biggie Ready to Die. I was going crazy. Like, oh, these dudes are dope. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I just and then one of my homeboys, you know, my boy Filthy, he was like, yo, you could really like come with me and learn how to write. Cause he was like, yo, you write that shit? And I was like, nah. He's like, you lying. I'm like, for real, I don't even own a book. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So he started teaching me how to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I started learning as I was going along. But then when I got with P was the one who really was like, yo, he made me like really get it real fast. Because P and them is like this. All right, they'll play a record and half will be done. P will be done. If you're not done, they go into the next record. They're not waiting on you to finish writing. So now you got to have the speed. Like, you got to be like, oh, shit, I got to catch this before P finish that verse. Otherwise, I'm not on the song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that kind of like helped me out with like the fast writing. It just became like something regular, like, you know what I'm saying?
But a month is a crazy amount of time. Okay, you signed the deal that day.
Mm-hmm.
What happens after that?
Well, it was so funny. The minute I signed the deal, like about they had just dropped America's Nightmare. So we jumped on the road with America's Nightmare, but I had no records or nothing. Like it was just like I had my own records.
Had you ever? Oh my! Fucking flashed my stomach to the whole fucking. Jesus Christ! Delete this episode. Had you ever gone on tour or anything before that?
Yeah, lots of them.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You said you didn't have any I didn't know.
No. You said when I first got started.
Yeah. Okay.
Night.
Yeah.
So that night I just didn't really know, like I didn't know what was going on. I just jumped on the road. I went a few places, and then one day in Philly, P was like, "Yo, Noid not here. Nyce, you ready?" And I'm like, "Ready for what?" He's like, "You going on stage?" I said, "Word?" He like, "Yeah. Where's your record?" I'm like, "Oh, it's in this nigga, DJ on point. He got it." He's like, "Oh, okay. You remember it?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "All right, it's okay."
Had you been waiting for that moment?
I mean, hell yeah. Like I was.
Had you been practicing and shit?
Hell no. I didn't. I was so excited and didn't even know what to do at the same time. Like I was shaking. I actually was performing and my legs were literally shaking.
I know that exact feeling.
I was so nervous because it was so many people up there, and I'm like, oh my god! Like I'm looking up, there's people up. I'm like, oh, I'm performing for all these people, but they accepted it. It was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like because P came out with me and it was really dope. So I was like, oh. By the second verse, I was like, all right, now I'm good. I want to go again. But, it was over after that. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. And so what happened after that? When did you make your first record with them or album under that label?
Well, the plan was to, after America's Nightmare, they were signing the Job. So they was working out the deal with Job to drop me. You know what I'm saying? With Have producing and features from Prodigy and Violator Management. That was the whole thing that was about to happen. And then the Job thing came and it didn't work out. So, P was like, yo, don't worry about it. We good. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get something. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, all right, cool. I'm rocking with y'all. As you know what I mean? Shit, yeah.
Did that rock you?
Huh?
Did that rock you having like the corporate world like fall through on like the creating world?
Yeah, I mean, it's just part of the business. You know what I'm saying? This is the music business is a shark eat shark world. So you got to understand, you got to know how to conduct your business. Otherwise, things is gonna go wrong. And P saw it because P was a quick businessman. So he saw the problems and the things that Job was trying to do. And he caught on before it happened. So he was like, it's best we just cut ties with y'all. And they were like, all right, well, you guys are free to go. And that's when they did the Free Agents album, stuff like that. And pretty much we started doing records together, started doing joints together. DJ Absolute was the first DJ. Played one of my joints with me having P on it. On the radio, I was super pumped. I was like, oh shit, I made it.
Was that your first time on the radio?
Yeah. I'm calling everybody. I'm calling my moms. Like, moms, I made it. I'm a rapper now. You know what I mean? She like, please, man, go ahead with that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but then, it was some hard times because it was like we were just in limbo for a second, just doing records, and then finally, it was 06, the beginning of 06. Something just happened. I don't know what happened, but we had like 6 deals on the table out of nowhere. It was Kanye, Puff, Dr. Dre, Eminem, Jimmy Iovine, 50 Cent, and Warner Brothers. Now, when I heard these names, I already knew the kind of hustler that 50 is, and I knew that was his favorite group of all times. Yeah. So I said, bingo, there we go. I said, yo, P, we going with G Unit. You gotta go with G Unit. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, why you say that? I'm like, listen, all these other labels right here, they gonna hold y'all back. 50 is gonna let y'all go right away. You know what I'm saying? And I was right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, the minute
Had you worked with 50 before that since you guys had like grown up together?
yeah, a little bit, yeah. You know what I mean? Like I said, we was supposed to be really us four was supposed to be like the next Cash Money, squad and all that, and things happen, but yeah, worked a little bit before that, you know what I mean? So, yeah, we just
So you
did that
signed.
deal. Yeah, we did that deal with G Unit, and then Fifth heard me and was like, okay, we're gonna do Infamous G Unit, which is gonna be, myself, 40 Glot, Sam Scarfo, and Gail Gotti. She was supposed to be on there. And yeah, that was the squad. And we started going from there.
Damn. And then were you writing records throughout all this time for other people too?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I wrote for a few people, but I can't talk
No,
about
we're not.
it.
But you're a
They
writer.
got-
But you're a
yeah,
writer. Like
yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah. They got a couple gag orders and all that kind of thing, so I can't even, discuss it. But yeah, I wrote for a lot of people. Few people, Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you were like young, when you just started spitting, you said like the four of you wanted it to be like the big thing, but you said you weren't taking it seriously. Did you see like now do you see where you are? Like do you see this is where you saw yourself back then or like
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like now I'm more, I'm way more experienced now. Like I've been through so much in the industry. So now I'm definitely very I'm very
is that David Attenborough? The thing I didn't expect Ito to be watching in the corner is a fucking nature documentary.
He's crazy. That's my guy right there, man. Yeah, say that again.
I like that is the not the new trend, but like I don't know. Earlier it was like new cats that the label could kind of fuck around. Now it's like people respect people with like history in the game. Like that's the new trend. Like a respect for people who have got their dues, paid their dues. But that's a new thing.
Yeah, that's actually really new because it wasn't really happening. And I really think, excuse me, it's because of the verses. I think the verses helped with that a lot. Because a lot of people wasn't respecting like, dudes that were popping late 90s, early 2000s. You would ask some of these young rappers that be out here and they'll be like, who's Cameron? Like, they will really be like that. And you looking at them like, what? You don't know who Cam is? You don't know who Jadakiss is? Like, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy. But then when they did the verses, everybody started jacking them like, oh, Jadakiss is really dope. Like, you got kids was debating. Like, I was at a birthday party and these kids were debating who's better, Jadakiss or somebody else. And I'm like, damn, I ain't never heard y'all talked about Jadakiss. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it helped a lot. Not kinda, it helped a whole lot. It actually revived a lot of people's career. I mean, Ja Rule is out right now doing shows and doing new songs and records and shit. So,
Well, I think the verses came out during the pandemic. I mean, it did, but it's like people who adapt. You have to learn to adapt to the situations that you're in.
Yeah, for sure.
Like a lot of people didn't do shit over quarantine.
Yep.
And a lot of people fucking adapted. Like you come into Rochester, you putting a whole project together. Like you're able to adapt and fucking come out and do shit over.
I mean, when you hearing the kind of sound that Ito got, it'll be hard to say no. You'll be bugging if you say no. So, I mean, it's just natural. You got to go with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you came from the like, for real, the the real New York rap, which went away for a little bit, but it's coming back in the city and outside the city.
Correct.
Like I went to the Supply and Demand show. Shout out Mark from Top Shelf Premium, and they had all these rappers from New York that were fucking young dudes that I had never like fucking YL and Starker and Lord Dramonte that I had never heard, but were fucking like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then you come to Rochester and it's the same thing.
I mean, it's even better.
Buffalo, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of New York City is starting to come back, but at the moment right now, the drill scene really runs New York City right now. You know, you got the 5 EOs and the Flock, J Flock.
How do you feel about that shit?
I mean, you know, that's their thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a part of music. It's their thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not really my thing, you know.
How do you feel when people who don't do that hop on beats like that?
Nah, you just gotta pay. Sometimes you just paying respects to what's hot right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a couple of them. You know what I'm saying? A couple drill records. I mean, I'm just letting them know, don't get it twisted. I could do that too. If I really want to, I can really take over your lane, but I'm not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to stay in my lane. You feel me?
Do you think having so much time in the game, like, it's just giving you like hunger now? Like,
yeah, man. Cause I've been around the world, experienced a lot of things, toured with Dr. Dre, Eminem, the Anger Management Tour, did the Massacre Tour, did our own Blood Money Tour.
What's the most amount of people you've ever performed in front of?
Oh, stadium, entire stadium. Yeah, Madison Square.
I love that nervous feeling you get right before you go on stage. I mean, I performed in a theater. That's as big, never a stadium, but like just that nervous feeling right before you step out on stage.
Man, I mean, it's the most nerve-wracking but exciting thing you would ever experience in your life, and it's like you always want to get back to it. Yeah. Because it's like you're nervous at the same time, your knees buckling, but then you rocking out, and some people is rocking with you. You know what I mean? So it's like the most beautiful feeling you will ever feel in your life. You know what I'm saying? When you get off the stage, you were so nervous, but you damn sure want to go back up on the stage again and do it all over again. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
can you bomb and rap? Like, can you bomb and rap?
What you mean bomb?
Like in comedy, like you can bomb in comedy where it's like an audience is just like, fuck you. Like,
I mean, it's always a lot of dudes that
shout out Mark. You'll see him walking through the door.
We had like a lot of places where we go where, a lot of people some people just come to the crowd to mess with you. They come and they try to see like, oh, let me see if what he's rapping about is real. You know what I'm saying? And they'll really be messing with you, like, and then you got to jump in the crowd and, put hands and feet on people and shit, Yeah, we got into a lot of bros, a lot of them, all over the world.
People testing you, thinking you're
all over the world. I mean, even in Europe and different parts of the world.
Damn. Well, I guess that's the thing with comedy is like when people heckle me, it's mostly because they're like, oh, I think I'm funnier than you. It's not like with you, it's like, oh, I think I'm tougher. You think you're tough up there? Like
exactly. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. I mean, when you rapping, because a lot of people really believe that some people, the things people is writing is like exactly what they're doing. So a lot of dudes will hear a song where a dude murdered 20 people and he really believed that he murdered 20 people. So now he's like, oh, I'm going to see if that's for real. I'm coming to his show. I want to see him murder me. You know what I'm saying? So, people, it's really people out there like that. And they come to your shows and they really start with you for no reason. And then you just... you got to show and prove, like you have to. You got to let them know you can't do that. I came to put on the show for you, man. I came to entertain you, and you gonna violate me. Now I gotta violate you, and
Yeah.
that's just how it goes. You know what I'm saying?
And go right back to rap it.
Yeah. Many times I jumped in the crowd and just jumped right back on and started performing.
What keeps you going? Like since the beginning, like what's kept you going?
Honestly, what really, really and truly kept me going, and this is wild. This is really is something simple, but it's crazy. Um, we were doing the anger management tour, and I was in the locker room, and Eminem walked in there, and he looked. He was dapping everybody, but he just had his eyes on me the whole time. So now I'm looking like, did I do something wrong in this motherfucker? Why is this nigga dapping niggas but looking at me like this shit is weird? You know what I'm saying? And then when he got to the last person, he was like, yo, your name Nyce, right? And I was like, yeah. He was like, yo, you're dope, son. And I was like, what? You know what I'm saying? At this time, you know, he was at the top of the list at this time. And I'm just like, wow, like Eminem said I'm dope. Like, this gotta be for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is at that point, it was nobody above M at this point. He ran rap. So for the top guy in the industry to tell me, like, yo, you're dope. And he genuinely meant it. I was like, yo, that's something I just kept with me in the back of my head for the rest of my days. You know what I'm saying?
Was there ever a time when you were like, fuck it, like with all the industry shit where you like, it felt like it was too much?
Yeah. And like I said, that one incident right there was the incident that always drives me. Like it's mad times I was like, yo, you know what? I give up. I don't want to do this no more because it's too frustrating. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting in a lot of work and the results I'm getting is not what I expected to be. So I'm finished. You know what I'm saying? But then I'll always be like, it will always be some little thing that, like a sign. Like I'll go on Facebook and it'll be a dude from Africa, like, yo, you're my favorite rapper. Like, I love you. Don't keep going. And you know what I'm saying? Like little weird things like that. And I'm like, damn, that is a message. You know what I mean? Because today I wanted to quit. As soon as I got on Facebook, I see this message. You know what I'm saying? So then I go back and I think about the Eminem situation. I'm like, man, I can't stop. I just got to find the right way. I got to find the right hole to dive into. You know what I'm saying?
What's your future? Like, what's the hole you're diving into?
I knew you was gonna do that too.
You're the one who fucking said it first.
Oh, I mean, shit, man. I mean, you know, right now, getting with my bro Mark, Exotic Roots.
Had you heard about this place like before you came out here?
Oh nah, I actually got here and learned about it, and yeah, that's why I said, man, that's my future right now. You know, this is home to me now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna be here all the time, like you know, every other month type shit. You know what I'm saying? So you know, yeah, that's my future right there, man. We got more work to do.
Did you know that immediately when you came here?
Yeah, by day 2, yeah. By day 2, I was like, yeah, I'm convinced this is it. I mean, because we were working on an album, me and Ito, where he's rapping, I'm rapping, and he produced the whole thing. And most of it, I would say like 90% of it, we were apart. I was in New York. He was sending me beats. I'll send him the song back and then he'll jump on it. You know what I mean? So then I started to fuck with him because now I'm digging deep. Now we going deep now. Now we doing songs back to back to back together now. Now it's hit after hit after hit and he's sending me fire and we going back and forth. So I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking with him. And when I came out here, and I seen it was a whole lot more. Like we just scratched the surface. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. He ripped open that computer and had like over 100 beats and more. And he like, yo, all these shits, look, they all got your name on it. I said, oh shit, this is it. Let's go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, we ain't stopped since. You know what I'm saying?
Damn. It's an energy. Do you feel like there is a difference, like now that you guys are working together with the music that you're making now versus the album that when you were just doing it apart?
Nah, it's no difference. It's just it made me know that we can go for the long run. If you understand, like we can make 100 more albums.
Yeah.
That's what made me realize, like, yeah, this is my counter, like this is my guy. Like,
Well, you came up with groups, like teams, like
yeah,
everyone
yeah,
you
yeah,
just talked
yeah,
about is
yeah,
a team.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
you
And
got
it's
to
like,
build that.
Havoc's still with me. Shout out to Hav. We, like I said, we just dropped the pride. We just actually did the deluxe edition to the Future of the Streets. We just released that on Wednesday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I can't wait to listen to
oh
that.
yeah. It got a nice tribute to Prodigy that Ito produced on there.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace to my brother. So we still all together. You know what I'm saying? But it's just Ito is like I feed his energy and my energy is the same. So he can keep going and I can keep going. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, I'm like, I'm here now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Hav, of course, is involved. You know what I'm saying? He's involved in this whole
Well, it's
thing.
all fuck. Have
Yeah.
just put out that dope ass project with Flea too.
With Flea, and he did one with Dark Low as well.
Yeah. Fucking Free Dark Low.
And he also has one, Free the Bro, Dark Lazy, and he got the album coming with Styles P next. That's the next one. We did like a mini movie to it. It's gonna be like about 4 or 5 songs in one big video with different scenes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's gonna be dope. Like it's like it's a real dope story, Styles is the head of a mob and Hav is the head of a mob, and he got the underboss. I'm Havoc's underboss, of course. Styles have his mans, and then they connected together and started doing some stuff. It's gonna be dope.
Who came up with the idea for? Oh, my voice just cracked.
Storm. Shout out to Storm. Storm put that together. You know what I mean? He's dope. He's more of the background guy that presses all the buttons and make things happen.
You know what I
Magically.
like now is that like everyone is starting to get their shine more. Like whether it be producers or like shout out great directors like Star Coleman.
Oh yeah, shout out to Star, man.
Stars
man.
is the
We
fucking...
definitely got to connect and do some things.
Or shout out a Johnny.
Oh yeah,
fucking
shout out
who
Johnny.
shot your video
yes.
that everyone can go check out.
Go check that out. We just getting started. That's what I mean. Like that's why I did that song. We just getting started, baby. It's a lot more coming.
It's the long haul. It's like I don't want to plan something like I don't know, like this podcast is cool. But I'm doing this for the long haul. I'm not doing this to just like I want to have conversations. That's all this is. That's why I don't come in here with like a huge camera crew, fill all this shit. I just want to have it's the long haul. I want to be able to just have like whatever conversations for years, like the marathon.
Of course, guaranteed.
What made you get that mentality?
Just being around Prodigy. He has that. He's like that. I mean, if you look at his body of work, this guy never stopped until he died. You know what I mean? Till the day he died, he was working. I mean, a couple of days before that, he passed away. He was doing a show. You know what I'm saying? And he was about to head back to record the next Mobb Deep album. So he's never stopped working. You know what I'm saying? Like he's always working. Solo projects, group projects, projects with other people. Mixtape joints, whatever it is, like P body of work is really retarded, and he always used to instill that in me because he said he felt like I was the future of Mobb Deep.
It's honorable.
He would always have these long conversations. Like we will sit there for like 3 hours sometimes. not even recording, and he's just telling me stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
You need those friends and those people to have those conversations with.
Yeah, man, definitely, man. That's why I miss him so much, man, because he was definitely a different type of person in his life. He was definitely different.
And that's beautiful that you can carry the torch, you
Oh
know?
yeah, I have to, man. I mean, it's my duty. When he sit there and he gave me that name fully, I gotta fulfill that now. You know what I'm saying? I can't stop now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what's your next? You just dropped you just dropped 2 projects.
2 projects in 2 days.
Damn.
Yeah. And I could have dropped way more, but everybody was
How
telling
many
me
are
to
you
chill.
sitting on?
A gang of them. Everybody was telling
A
me
gang
to chill.
of them. I don't know what that is. A couple is 2. A few is 3. How much is a gang? How many?
Yeah, this guy is funny as shit, man. I would say an estimate right now. Let me see. Let me calculate it in my head. Probably like about 10 of them right now.
10 of them.
Yeah, probably like 10, somewhere around there.
Do you just want to release them? Do you not like sitting on your music?
Oh yeah, I like to release it because I like to give the people. I do it for the people. You know what I'm saying? So I like to give them what they want. You know what I'm saying? But people be like, "Nah, you got to hold off, chill, relax, man. Like you got to spread it out and do the right thing, the protocol way, and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So,
When you record new music and you're like, this one's fucking it. Is it hard to be like, I guess I got to put that on the queue of like 10 albums?
yeah, it's hard, man. It's hard when I'm in record mode. It's really hard to choose because it's like, what am I gonna really put aside to what am I gonna put out now? You know what I'm saying? Like that be the real issue I have with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like it's easier now that you can put music out so much like quicker and instantly than like before when you were first starting?
Honestly, nah, I kind of like both ways is cool. I mean, because back then you could have put out a lot of mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of pretty much like the same thing. It was just had mixtapes hand to hand in the street. You know what I'm saying? So excuse me.
Was that a real viable way to get your music out there?
Back then?
Yeah.
Yeah, mixtapes was the shit. I mean, Fifth evolutionized, he did that. You know what I'm saying? He made that what it was. Like once Fifth was doing all these mixtapes, everybody else started doing them. It became like albums in a kind of way. Like people were really treating mixtapes like albums. Like,
Yeah.
yo, I'm about to put out 5 mixtapes, and people be like, "Oh my god, I can't wait to buy it." Like it became like an album type of thing, you know. Look, he's running off. Yeah. So that's what that was. You know what I'm saying? It's the same. It's equivalent to like online. You know what I'm saying? How people put out EPs and stuff like that now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's pretty much the same. So I like, but I kind of like back in the day a little bit more because you were more in touch with the people. Like you would have to go out there and really see them face to face and like play it for them to buy your mixtape. Like they're not just gonna be like, oh, Joe Smo just put out an album. Let me just buy it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you really had to be out there signing autographs. People was coming up to see you. You at the mixtape stand. They got your poster up there. They take pictures. It was cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's just kind of like far distant. It's just like, all right, I put it out. So let's see what happens,
When's your next release? I know you just released 2 in 2 days.
Yeah, I just released 2. Everybody telling me like, chill out. We know you got some heat, man. Just calm down.
Everyone told me not to do 2 episodes a week. I'm about to start doing 3 a week. I'm gonna be serious.
Mm-hmm.
There's not my producers. Their studio is called Too Much Content because there's no such thing as too much content.
Mm-hmm.
Like people think it's this like famine mentality that like there's only a certain amount of slices. Nah,
exactly,
like we
like,
can all eat. Like
So I mean, right now I'm just waiting on a couple of things. Actually, the project with me and Ito is coming out on the Lord Mouth. Shout out to Flea. That's my brother, like for real.
how did y'all link up? Through through Ito?
nah. He came around when P came home. When P came home from jail, this miscellaneous guy, I'm not gonna say his name,
Yeah.
but he he was bringing him around, and P took a liking to him, and I started asking P like, who the fuck is this dude? Like, why you keep having this nigga around? Like, I never seen this nigga before. And he was like, nah, he from Far Rock, and he got that real cool, smooth gangster vibe. Like, you gonna like him, Nyce. I'm telling you, gonna like him. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then, P always knew best. You know what I'm saying? So after a while, he was just always with P. He never rapped at this time. Like, he wasn't a rapper. He was just like on some street shit. And he was in the studio so much with P. P was like, man, you might as well start rapping. I mean, shit, you here? We sitting here for hours. Because P studio time be from like 12 noon to 4 the next morning. So you're there all day, all night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're like, man, you might as well rap, man. I mean, you sitting here all this time. And P said once he did one song, he knew he had the gift. He knew Flea had a gift. And there you had it. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh shit, this nigga Flea cool. He's a cool dude. Like, after I started seeing him more and more and more, and we was chopping it up, I'm like, oh yeah. Then he holding down P. I'm like, yeah, that's my brother. You know what I'm saying? So
that's beautiful. Yeah. It's funny. When I met Conway in 2017, I think that was right around when Flea got out. And Con was like, this dude's working harder than anyone. Like, he got out and he took it serious.
Yeah,
and that's the same shit.
Too. You know what I mean? Shout out to Conway. That's that guy right there. You know what I mean?
He has a show in Rochester tomorrow.
I know, man. I wanted to stay.
Are you leaving?
Bad. Oh yeah, man.
You're leaving tomorrow?
Yeah,
man. I'm honored we got a podcast in. For real.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm leaving tomorrow, but I'll be back.
Are you gonna miss it?
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, but I'll be right back though. I ain't staying too long.
What are you doing in New York? Are you just going back for a little bit?
Yeah,
you have your family there.
Yeah,
you
got my family there. I gotta take care of a couple of things real quick. So yeah, I'll be back once I do handle all of that. So we looking at December, first week in December. I'm out here again.
Man, thank you so much for coming on. For real. This was an honor to talk.
Yes, man.
And I can't wait to keep in touch in the future.
Likewise, man. We gonna do some more of these, man. You
for
cool
real.
Dude.
I appreciate that.
Fuck with you, man. Bucked up.
You got to come to a comedy show sometime.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I definitely doing that. Because this guy is funny as shit. I'm definitely doing that.
I appreciate you, bro.
Whoa, for sure.
Do you want to plug your stuff?
Yeah, man. Y'all can follow me. Well, my old page got hacked. So,
Damn, for real?
These damn hackers, man. They got me, man. So,
do you fall for some shit?
Nah, I don't even know what the fuck happened. Literally, I really didn't know. I just woke up one day, tried to log in, and they told me like it was over, like you can't get in. And people were telling me that they were sending like these stupid ass pyramid schemes on my shit. So,
like I'm no basic white bitch. I'm not trying to fight for a pyramid scheme.
So it was crazy, man. But yeah, my new one is NYCE official _ Nyce the Future _ So it's official _ NYCE DAFUTURE _
Everyone go follow him. Go check out. Sir. You just dropped 2 albums.
2 joints,
one with
man.
Havoc, one with Ito, which
yes, it did.
Like for real, like
yes,
that's legendary.
Oh yeah. They gonna be working together soon too. So y'all gonna hear a lot.
And you're legendary. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, man. You're gonna be a legend as well, baby.
I appreciate that. You guys just watched that horrible handshake. Peace out, everyone.